people, I know that like a part of our name is like the midnight, midweek, and we always have like these days that we're kind of like stuck on. But we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want. This ain't night. This is morning.
We're horrible at time management. Let's just.
I mean, I wouldn't say we're horrible at it. We just choose to not be great at it. Okay, there's a way to accentuate the positive and hide the negative, Alan. God damn it. How you doing, man?
I woke up. I woke up 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's you. That's a you problem, by the way. Because you know what you were doing last night? You were fucking playing Anthem with me and Jet. Okay, so you can't be like, oh, I'm just so.
Actually, no, I was up beating DMC5.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say you're up beating it. That would have been kind of odd.
Up beating your meat.
Beating your penis. you're.
I won, guys.
Rojo, what's up, man? Rojo saying, what's this about? Well, it's about some video gaming stuff. Gary says, what's MCA? You don't know what the fuck we are now, dude? How do you
I don't
know?
know either.
Yeah,
We're
he just retracted his message.
How time works.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing, people. We are definitely doing kind of a makeup show somewhat. We didn't do a show last week when it came to the Unnecessary Gaming Show because just shit was going on in my fucking life. I'm busy doing a bunch of things. Computer was acting up, etc., etc. So, yeah, we didn't do one. And I thought, you know, maybe it'll be a cool thing to do that twice this week, especially considering that today lots of fucking news came out about Google having this new console. And I thought we'd talk about it and everything. But, Jed, how are you doing today?
Everybody, 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 everybody,
everybody. Alan?
What?
Yeah, join us. Everybody, 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 everybody.
Ow. Okay, I'm sorry. Alan honestly was tapping his feet, or maybe they were like just like dangling in a rhythm or something. I don't really know, but I know you like that song, and it's a fun song. I like seeing it in commercials. It's fucking great. You're just an angry person, okay, Alan?
No, I'm just ignoring it.
Okay, well, shit. You know, I will say that I wish your personality matched your shirt. Your shirt's so nice and happy, just swimming in all these emotions. And apparently, we don't got that going on today. It's okay though, man. I'm gonna make you get in a better mood. Google having Stadia, man. How are you feeling about this?
Something I think we were talking about a while ago, in which people are like always trying to figure out, they've been trying to do this for fucking ever. Honestly, since video games even invented. What's the next thing? What's the next thing for video games? Is it gonna be motion controls? Is it gonna be, you know, PC gaming? It's like everyone's always trying to figure out what the next thing for video gaming is, and it's like, oh well, streaming, maybe that's the next thing. It's like, I mean, it could work if done properly, but it's one of those things where it's gonna be very similar to the Ouya or some of those extra consoles because again, it's streaming. Streaming requires a lot of internet. I can't fucking stream because as soon as you start streaming, it sucks up your entire bandwidth in order to run the games properly. And that really only works for a situation where maybe you're out on like a vacation or something and you have your account and there's a decent internet connection, you take your box with you. But it's like for most people, they're probably still going to want their console that they don't have to sit there and have a constant internet connection to. Where it's like, hey, you don't have to consistently download something all the fucking time. You just have your disc or you have your digital game. So I think it's gonna be one of those niche market things that has the identical controller to the fucking what was it? The Switch Pro controller. If I can fucking find it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know you
it's
had them.
Identical. Tell me one fucking difference between this controller and the fucking Stadium controller.
Well, okay,
there's none.
The
it's the exact same fucking controller.
No, they're not. They're very, very different.
Oh, I picked the wrong controller. It's a hybrid of these two.
Yeah, I mean, well, this has the 4 buttons, the 4 face.
That's old as fuck.
Yeah, it is kind of old.
Well, it's a hybrid of these two. Just adjust the fucking analog controllers to the bottom. It's the hybrid of these two.
Okay, no, I see your point there, but at the same time, I will say that's like the 4 controllers in the front, or controllers, the buttons in the front, I think are very, very important, especially with the capture stuff. I don't really like the idea that you had to like go through an entire manual reading system with the PlayStation 4. Like, oh, if you hold the share button for 5 seconds, it'll do this, but if you hold it for 7 seconds, it does this, and if you tap it twice, then it makes you fucking top ramen. But then if you talk to it sweetly, you'll have sex. You know, it's like, dude, it's one button. Just put a couple of other buttons on there. Like, what the fuck? And I like how, you know, the Stadia has kind of, you know, did something with that. Now, this isn't actually a console. I mean, for some reason, the Stadia Google console is one of the biggest trending words. That's why I put the shit in here, people. It's just analytical stuff. I gotta do it. But it's technically not a console. What it is going to be a streaming service, kind of like Netflix. And I gotta tell you, man, I like the idea of paying this for a month. And then, because there's times, and I don't know if you feel this way too, Alan and Jet, but, like, there's times where I don't play my PlayStation 4 for an entire month. Jet, I'm going to ask you, is there times where you're probably kind of like, I guess, regretting having a PS4 considering it's so expensive?
Not really. Like, I mean, like there is gonna be times where I'm not gonna play because, like, let's be honest, like, rarely any games that I feel like I want to play come out. So there's going to be some times where that PlayStation 4 won't come on for like a month or so. But do I regret having it? I mean, not really.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't necessarily regret having it, but I regret buying the games that I get for it because there's times where either it's because of the busyness I have in my life, or just the fact that maybe there's something else that's getting my attention. I mean, there's lots of games that still come out on Steam. Alan's fucking transaction history will tell you that shit. Like Steam has lots of great stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I can't. Even if I didn't have all this extra work, why the fuck would I be buying all these consoles when I don't? I can't.
I would more regret if I just if I didn't have a PlayStation 4 and I just got an Xbox One. I would definitely regret that shit.
Yeah, oh no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, well, like, except for like the main titles, I know like lots of the biggest titles, even Kingdom Hearts was on both consoles, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna ask you really quick, man. Like, Alan, what do you feel about that? Do you feel like sometimes you don't play your PS4 for an entire month that you wish it was a subscription type service?
Nah, because the thing is, yeah, there have been times I can't, except for when I played Anthem. I can't remember the last time I played it prior, so it's probably been longer than 2 months. But to me, it's like I always go with this thing of I kind of it's whatever I feel like being on. Because sometimes what I'll do is if I see something on sale on PlayStation, I'll buy it knowing I'm not gonna play it for a while. But then I'll be on my PC. I'm like, oh man, I love playing my PC. I love doing all this shit. And I'm like, I'm kind of bored with my PC games. Oh hey, there's that PS4 game. Then I'll play my PS4 for like a month straight, and then I'll go right back. Like I just like having the option there. So I'm really glad I bought my PS4 versus buying the Xbox One because one, the cross-platform games I would have got anyway, but then some of the fucking exclusives like Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Shiz, or whatever the fuck, I'm looking at some of the other shit that I ended up getting, like God of War and Spider-Man. Like I would have been fucking miserable if I didn't get a chance to play those.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's a big one for me too. It's that one, and including like this year, Last of Us 2 is gonna be another big one. I don't know if you're curious about Last of Us 2 at all, but those kind of things, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm definitely gonna be getting that. And apparently, the Stadia says they're not gonna have a lot of exclusives, or at least they're not announcing any yet. But people were kind of like looking it up and trying to figure out, like, okay, well, I'm gonna get with Stadia, and they're like, no, you'll get your Ubisoft games, you'll get your, Take-Two games, etc. Which comes to the big thing here is like, do you think people will actually have a computer system, or whatever, that's good enough to handle like an Assassin's Creed Odyssey or something?
It's again a lot of what they're doing with Penelope, stop. A lot of what we're doing with cloud streaming is it doesn't require much. It just basically it's very similar to Netflix. You just need to have a monitor because PlayStation Now does it. I think Aaron in the chat said that PlayStation Now has it. That's how I know I really don't like streaming because it'll basically suck up so much of your internet and you get to play it and it goes pretty well. But it basically the latency is decent. So I think fighting games are never going to work because there's too much lag. But as far as the actual visuals, it'll sometimes change where it's like, oh, it'll look kind of good, but then it'll look kind of grainy. Like if you're watching your fucking Netflix on your phone outside, you're like, oh man, sometimes it looks pixelated because it's trying to fucking, render the image, but it can't do it because your internet sucks. So it's like, it's going to be probably very, very similar to that because Google has Google Fiber. So like, hey, if you get your Google Fiber subscription, you either get a free subscription to this shit or it costs less because you're already paying us whatever. So it's like, I don't think that this is going to be one of those. I think it's going to be very similar to the Vive, where it's like, oh man, this is great for that 10,000 people that bought it. This is not going to be something that really like sets the world on fire. It's going to be the foundation, and we'll see this in 10 years come back going, okay, now streaming is a big part.
Yeah, because one of the things that I will say too, and speaking of the streaming, is earlier you're like, yeah, it's like the Ouya, it's like this other shit, or like the Steam controller, or whatever. But the thing is, like those brands, I mean, granted they put a lot of money into what they do, and it's all just for that particular thing, which helps them out because they don't have to spend money all over the fucking place. But Google is a conglomerate monster of a fucking company, so the fact that they have this fucking thing, they're gonna put more money anytime they want to just battle with somebody else. Like, hey, I want to just take off fucking PlayStation Now. I want to get their subscribers to come to us. They can spend whatever money on marketing as well as just performance and all that good stuff. And they can spend money on the fact that like they can put so much capital into it that it'll lower down the cost per membership. It could be cheaper than Netflix or whatever the case may be. And I feel like, and then another thing too, like one of the biggest things, the PlayStation 4 runs at 4.2 GPU teraflops. Xbox One is at 6.0 GPU teraflops. This fucking thing is going to be, I believe, at God, what was it? I think it was 10.7. Yeah, 10.7 GPU teraflops. That's fucking huge. And then apparently,
sure it is.
I think, if it's double.
What the fuck's a teraflop? Anybody in the chat? What the actual fuck's a teraflop?
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to look stupid, but I don't know what the fuck a
What the
teraflop
fuck's
even
a
is.
teraflop? Tell me.
I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna go into a big old fucking thing about it. Well, dude, I don't even know what my video card is. I know that it plays better and everything feels a lot better, but I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck is about my video card.
But the
I
thing
got
is, they
1080
usually
what?
use gigahertz. They use that. That's an actual measurable thing. Teraflops, from what I had to look up a while ago when I was asked this question, is apparently the console version of like gigahertz for your fucking for your fucking video card.
Okay.
So it being 10 teraflops, it's like it feels like teraflops is now the new blast processing of this fucking generation, except it's somewhat real.
Well, you only say
But
that because you don't understand it, though. Like we just don't understand it. But I mean, there's if
but
it's...
nobody does. Like you look it up and literally articles of what the hell is teraflops. We'll try to explain it to you. But at the end of it, even if you go down to numbers, yes, it's gonna have more teraflops. But Penelope, you're driving me nuts. Just because something is more powerful does not mean it's going to be better. Because and Google, they love to put a lot of money into bullshit that doesn't work, like Google Glasses. And if you look at the PS3, that was the most powerful fucking thing on the market, and it was the biggest failure of that generation. Power does not equal better.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of time, money doesn't even equal better. Is whether or not you're going to be able to kind of be able to get that enough of that niche to explode. Like for instance, if you want to look at Fortnite for Battle Royale, it didn't invent Battle Royale. It wasn't even the first Battle Royale. It didn't have the most money when it came to Battle Royale, but it was just weird enough to explode with the generations. And I don't think that's going to happen with this because it requires so much input. It's like VR. It requires such an expensive individual to actually be able to put into it because you need really good fucking internet. I know Gary's in chat going, he's never going to fucking buy it because Gary kind of, not to insult Gary or anything, but like we know him as he doesn't have really good internet because I think of just where he lives. I think he lives in the country or some shit where he just doesn't have good internet. He's never going to be able to play this because it's going to require so much internet. He'll never be able to get past the bandwidth test. And that's going to stop a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. But at the same time, the reason why I brought the teraflop thing is because like the PS4 and PS4 is like great. Like I'm not gonna talk shit about PS4. I'm a fucking huge fan of the PS4, but no, it's just like even like with the Xbox One X or whatever the fuck, like it does the 4K thing better than PS4 did. It doesn't do just upscaling or whatever the fuck. And it's like PS4 is still whooping ass, and PS4 is still something everyone salts after. Like, oh my god, it's a fucking PS4 Pro. I'll spend fucking $500, blah blah blah. And this, a streaming service that will literally cost me at the end of a month maybe $10 to $20, and it's already ready for 8K down or gaming and whatnot. It's already like ready for all these resolutions, 160 frames, or no, I think it's 120 frames. But it's like, dude, they are ahead of the game, and it's because of money. I'm not saying money will make something better just because they have more money, but when you have the options that money will give you, people will have complaints that you can just fucking fix. It's like Sony, the reason why people had to spend $600 on the PS3 when it first came out was because they didn't have as much capital as you would probably need to have such an amazing console to keep manufacturing and also have it at a lower price for people. So it's like, this thing...
That's the opposite problem. They were the top of the fucking world. They made the PS2. They were literally number one.
But it still wasn't enough. But that PS3 was so expensive to make, man. That manufacturing process was insane.
That was their fault. They put all that into there. Microsoft, who basically, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, y'all released a console last time. They had the Red Ring of Death for the first 3 months, and they still managed to win the entire generation. And their console was on fire, literally, in some fucking cases. But Sony's like, oh shit, we gotta top the PS2 somehow. How do we do? I don't know. Just keep jamming parts into it until it's the most powerful system on the market. But as a result of the most powerful system on the market, it drove the fucking price up. It also made it hard for anybody to program anything for. That was actually the biggest problem with cross-platform games. Like GTA 4 ran progressively worse on the PS3 than it ran on the 360.
Yeah, and the thing that I was showing earlier was the PSP thing. And I'm like, yeah, like that was another situation. Like there's tons of things that they fucked up about a lot back in the day. And is because I feel, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's like Sony's such a big company, they do lots of shit. So all that money that the PS2 is making, they're probably like, okay, how can we like divert this in so many even, pieces, so everything's good. The headphones, the cassette players, the Walkmans, the this, the that, like they got lots of good quality shit. The phones, what's that shit called, Xperia? They were trying to like beat fucking Samsung and Apple iPhones with the Xperia. You know what I mean? Like they're in so many financial wars with people that they don't have what Google has. Google will fuck them up. Google could probably buy fucking Sony. You know what I mean?
But it's one of those things where people keep thinking, hey, throw money at it, throw parts at it, it'll work. It's like, a lot of times, it doesn't matter how much money you have. A lot of times it's just luck. Luck just kind of works out. Like, again, Call of Duty is the biggest first-person shooter ever. It kind of just got lucky with Modern Warfare, because, like, They're like, hey guys, let's just do something that's not a World War II shooter. It worked. Holy shit! Like, it just
Yeah.
kind of got lucky. It wasn't the best looking first-person shooter. Activision wasn't the biggest company in the world at the time. It was EA at the time, and it's like, and they had their own first-person shooter. Like, it's kind of just happens where you just kind of make something that's kind of good, and then you just keep it going forever. Like that's kind of how a lot of stuff works. Assassin's Creed series, that was one of those same thing. Like a lot of these companies even existing, it's like look at Platinum, like they kind of just do these small things. Like Google's like just trying to shove its dick in everyone's mouth and hoping that it's gonna fucking work. It's not really gonna work. What they should have done, is they should have made a system that works like EA's EA streaming service. EA has something similar where you buy I think it's called I can't remember what it's fucking called. I think Origin Access, where you pay like $5 a month and you get access to a bunch of games, and some games you get discounted. But if you wanted, you could pay 20 and then you get like brand new games like Anthem and you know, the Mass Effects and all that shit for free, like as long as you pay the subscription. But that's bundled into the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's on PC. They bundled it to the Xbox One because they're like, well, let's bundle it with something else because we know that it can't really survive on its own, and it's doing pretty well considering.
Yeah, and one thing before we even move on after this, I do want to bring this one thing up too that I'm like really surprised about. But this is the thing that was posted by Game Informer, and they're talking about like, you know, how does Stadia integrate with YouTube, which is one of the biggest things that everyone's doing right now. Like even like when you go on PlayStation 4 and you're like doing the stream, it has little shit there's like, hey, here's a comment section for Twitch and here's a comment section for YouTube, and there you go. And for this, it's saying, and I'm gonna just read directly from it. It says it allows players on YouTube watching a game stream to click a play now button. And then within 5 seconds, the crowd play function will actually allow you to play with whatever the creator is playing. And you'll be on some kind of like assembly line, and you can actually play with them, like play with the people that you watch. Which not only does something
That
cool.
sounds so annoying.
It's gonna be really, really annoying for huge people that want to control. But like, I can imagine, let's say you're playing a fighting game. And you're like, oh man, I need someone to play with. Let me boot up Smash, or let me boot up Street Fighter. Oh man, I wish I had someone to play with. Oh wait, I happen to be, you know, I could join into a streamer that's playing Street Fighter, and after a while I'll join in, or you know, Mortal Kombat or something. Mortal Kombat's coming out. That's gonna be huge for it. Like it could be really good. Or battle royales. They're like, oh man, I wish I had someone to play with. Oh wait, my favorite streamer's playing. It's 100 people to fucking get in there. Eventually, I'll fucking get in after like 10 minutes. Like that could work
And
really well.
you're circulating revenue with that too, because this is a situation where someone like Ninja will be playing Fortnite or Apex Legends, and people waiting for them to play are also watching. So now that's just more money, more ads. People are going to watch ads probably to sit there and wait. So now the ad revenue, just in itself from people waiting, is going to pay itself. Like, you know, as you go on. Maybe you can even like pay for an expediting process. Like, oh, I want to bump up 2 spots. Let me pay $5, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you they're going to start having that. And that'd be so cool. And I don't know, Jay, you were saying something. I'm wondering if we're going to talk shit about this part, because I'm loving this.
No, because like it sounds interesting in theory, but like you forget how many trolls can actually just jump on and shit like that. Like let's say you're playing a fighting game, whatever. That one troll gets on there, screws up the entire fucking stream with shitty play, with like lag, shitty play, all that. Oh, they're playing like some Minecraft server. Oh, a whole bunch of people get in, like complete trolls, fuck up that entire server.
But the thing is, in a lot of cases, you can kick. Like the fighting game, like hey, at the most it lasts 90 seconds, so you can kick the person or disconnect or whatever, and you're still streaming. That's not the problem. Minecraft, you can easily kick people out. Like I know what she means. Like there are always gonna be those fucking trolls. Like oh man, I can't wait to jump on this person's stream in order to yell a bunch of racial slurs.
The bigger you are, like the more people that can actually just be like, hey, like let's plan this. Let's all try to get in this game right here, and then when all of us like somehow get on, let's fuck this shit up.
Yeah, so I mean, and I'm telling, like, I'm writing into the Facebook chat, but Gary's talking about, like, yeah, this thing sucking up all your internet is just going to, just to play a game. It's going to be, when it comes out, it's going to break the internet. I kind of see where he's coming from, and I see where you're coming from too, Jet. But at the same time, I don't think people are going to be so, attempting to be destructive or have so much issues, because, especially if you're on the stream,
it's the
your
internet.
Dude, we
your
play
name's
Ark.
going to be on there, though. Well, no, you play Ark, yeah, but like on a stream, like when your shit's proven, like if you're trying to like purposely fuck something or spam something or do something that's gonna fuck something up, like if it's on a stream and it's implemented into everyone's YouTube like systems or whatever, like you can't just do that shit and then get away with it anymore. I think, and this is a big thing that's happening in the culture too, like with Fortnite suing kids and shit. Like I think everyone's really starting to kind of be a little more careful. Like I don't know if you noticed this, Alan, but like when it comes to online games, there's been less aimbots, there's been less people trying to mod other people's shit just to go online to fucking do something. There's always way more updates. Like, there's a shit ton more updates. To the point where if you're buying, like, an Exploder Cheat Genie or whatever the fuck for your PS4, by the time you get it shipped to you, you can't even use it because there's a new update that it won't work with. You know
It
what I mean?
depends on the game. I know that a lot of games, like the bigger games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, and I don't know anything about fucking Fortnite, but I know PUBG is ridden with cheaters. Like
Really? Okay.
they banned hundreds of thousands of cheaters, and it still made no fucking difference because so many people. It's PC. It's easy to cheat.
Yeah.
And I see what you mean, but it's like you're always gonna have that, especially with big contributors. You expect anyone from PewDiePie you expect like I guarantee you at least like 20 to 30% of PewDiePie's audience is gonna go in there just to troll. You saw the 70% that legit like watching his bullshit or just kids that don't give a shit about trolling. But there are gonna be a lot of people that, and there's various forms of trolling. Not every trolling is always racist and sexist. Some people just want to go in there and grief and cause just problems because they think it's fucking funny. Like that is going to be a problem, but eventually that does kind of get old, and you can easily fight that. But again, the internet problem is one of those things. That's the biggest thing. That's gonna stop me from getting it. I'm never gonna get this. Maybe if I live on my own. Maybe if I had my own apartment and I was paying for my own internet. But even then, I buy most of my fucking games. Oh man, if I pay $10 a month, I get access to all these games. Or I could just kind of buy a couple of games and not have to worry about it sucking on my bandwidth. Or maybe 1 month I don't feel like paying my internet. I still have my fucking games on my fucking systems. Like. To me, it's never going to be fucking worth it. It's never going to be worth it.
Yeah, Babe Ocean's saying that Microsoft's going to top Sony next generation. I don't think that's going to be happening, and I think that's for a multitude
They
of
need
reasons.
a lot more fucking games.
Yeah, no,
Besides
exactly.
just Clubhead and whatever the fuck, Halo.
Hey, I mean, fucking, we said that about Sony. We said, man, Sony fucking dead, man. Sony fucking died, man. The PSC's a piece of shit. Oh shit, PS4? Like, we said the same fucking thing, man.
Well,
we
honestly,
said the same
I
thing to
think
Nintendo, man.
that's only because like PlayStation 4 has all the fucking anime games, so all the nerds just flocked over there.
Well, we said that about the Switch, man. Wii U, man. Nintendo's dead, man. Go bankrupt. They're gonna fucking die. Switch, yeah. Oh shit, yo, Switch. Like, this always kind of happens where everyone thinks like, they ain't gonna do shit, and then they come out with the fucking best thing in the world because they're the underdogs. They have to come up with they have to come back with the Rocky. Every console that's been shit on, it becomes Rocky, and they're fighting Khal Drago the next generation. So it's like Sony has to be the one to pick it up next time. Because they did this is the second time they had the best-selling console of the generation. If the PS5 repeats the PS3, well, fuck.
Yeah, no, I definitely, and that's the thing that's funny too, because I don't know if you saw in the Facebook chat when I pulled it up, but like Gary's even talking about already that apparently they're having latency issues on the Stadia. So here we go.
It's an online subscription. Of course they fucking are.
Yeah, just I wish they would have got that part right. I mean, you are Google. Like, come on, y'all. Like, you already.
It's not even up to them. It's up to how the games work because you're transmitting so much data over it that even if they have their own personal Google Fiber, it's so much information. Like, think about how big. Let's go with Astronaut Odyssey. That game is 50 gigs in size. In order for you to render that, you have to render like the 50 gig game because that game does not have any loading screens. That game does not have any sections where you walk through a door and you end up in a new section. The entire world is giantly open world, all in one setting. You can fast travel from one point of the world to the other point of the world, like almost as soon as you start the fucking game. Rendering that through streaming requires so much fucking effort. Unlike something like maybe Wolfenstein, which is a linear game where you can get away with that, like it's a very, very powerful game to try to render through the internet.
Yeah, and it's fucked up too. I mean, we'll move on from this, but it's like one more thing too. People, there's a couple times I saw this brought up, but the on live, this fucking thing. And here's another situation about this though. Like the Stadia wasn't something that had some like lame ass fucking like. Because when on live first started, dude, I didn't know shit about it. I was like, oh yeah, on live, okay, that's a thing. Let's see if it's up for 6 months. This fucking thing has so much money and marketing behind it. I know it's gonna be a big deal, at least starting off. And then if it fails, it fails, whatever. On Live had to fight its ass off just to be like slightly respected. People laughed at this logo, dude. Like this wasn't something no one took seriously. So I feel like
it was early. It was way too early for its time, and it just kind of like, it existed, and it's like everyone else is like, well, can we kind of do this? No, because not only does the infrastructure not exist, the fucking customer base doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, and those fucking controllers don't work, by the way, too. We sold like a brand new one, and like I tried it out, it's fucked up. So yeah, pretty bad, y'all.
Like how fucked up? Like Atari Jaguar bad, or
something like Atari Jaguar bad?
No, believe it or not, literally Atari Jaguar bad. Like literally, you would plug it in. And then if, there's no service now, like it's gone, so it doesn't even function as an actual controller. Like we actually had to hook it up to another fucking port thing and then download the same stuff that you would use the 6-axis controllers from PS3. Use that to literally use the controller on a computer. By the way, it's a computer controller. but I have to use it like I'm hacking a fucking Sony PS3 controller.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this shit? Like you're doing hex codes and shit on a controller? Like
Yeah, it's insane, and it's like, dude, and people. I mean, we sold a bunch of them at our store, and people just kept coming back like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't work. I mean, and the thing is, we're selling them for like $10. We're still pissed. And these controllers came out for $50 when they came out, dude. Like it's like
yeah, but you could throw $10 on the floor and they would have got the same fucking thing.
Exactly, yeah. But no, it's just kind of funny because like you think about this, like, okay, is this just happening now, or this could
probably always happening.
Yeah, it's scary. I don't remember hearing anything about that. I could be wrong, but it's like, if it was, holy fuck, dude. Like, imagine buying a $50 product and it just doesn't work for the thing that's made to work. It's like,
you can't
dude,
that happened again. The reason you hear about it is because it's Star Jaguar, so it's probably out in the fucking 80s. That exact same thing happened with the Power Glove. No one understood the Power Glove worked. So in order for the Power Glove to work, you don't just put the fucking glove on and it works. You have to buy the 3 fucking adapters. Some places didn't sell those.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know. Nobody explained it to them. So people were like, why is this Power Glove working? Oh, because the fucking things that it requires to work, we don't have in stock because they didn't send it to us.
So they're not playing with power.
Yeah.
What?
They're not playing with power. No, man, but I don't know. The Power Glove, it was so bad. Moving on from this. Devil May Cry. I gotta tell you, dude, up there with Kingdom Hearts 3, Devil May Cry 5 is one of my favorite games in 2019. I love this fucking game so goddamn much. And I was surprised that you liked it too, as well as Trey. There's so many of us that are inside the Midnight Chat Attack, like little, behind-the-scenes group here, and we all love it. I don't know, when was the last time this ever happened with me and you, Alan? Like, what was the last time you and I and Trey all liked the same game? Okay, well, I don't know if he... Dead air, man!
It works for the joke because I got nothing.
Okay. God damn it, one of those, like, I thought my shit fucked up.
No, I can't think of one, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I was thinking maybe Ark, maybe Stellaris. Did I say it right this time?
No, just no. Let's move on.
Can you correct me really quick on live stream so everyone knows?
No, I'm good.
Because you can't say it right either, because you're fucking stupid.
That's like
I can't say it right, but this is way funnier.
Yeah, wow, people. Anyways, I don't even know what to say to that. So, Devil May Cry 5, we all like the game. It's fucking great, blah, 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 the whole fucking thing. But now, I was, like, kind of worried. I'm like, okay, this game makes you buy... Well, it doesn't make you buy. It gives you the option to buy red orbs. Gives you the option to buy a lot of shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. I guess I should have expected them to do some kind of weird, like, loot box type shit. Not even a loot box, but just, like, a real-life currency bullshit thing.
Yeah.
But it's nothing too bad. I don't feel like I have to do it. But I was like, watch, they're going to fuck me up on DLC. And guess what? DLC is going to be free. April 1st, the DLC is coming out. It's going to be a survival mode, apparently. I know Trey said something about how all the Devil May Cry games have had this since Devil May Cry 3. I don't remember that, so blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I love the idea of this. I don't know if the survival mode's going to actually work for this. I know that you played that with the Ubisoft games when they have a survival mode for Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. Do you feel like this will be kind of similar to that? Do you think this might work? What do you feel about it, Alan?
The thing is because I recently played and beat it, and one of my only real issue with the game, because the story is interesting, it's kind of convoluted at the end, but that's apparently because I know nothing about this fucking series. I always had a problem where it's like, man, I just wish there were more enemies on screen, and Trey's telling me, oh, the different difficulties increase the enemy count. I'm like, no, I don't want to sit there and have to replay the game in order to get more enemies on fucking screen. I want this to be kind of like Bayonetta, where there's like a screen full of enemies, and I get to do my cool shit. But again, the more I play it, the more I enjoyed it. But the idea of like, hey, the Bloody Palace is just a survival mode, horde mode, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I fucking want. Because I remember when Modern Warfare 3 came out and I played, I beat it, I would actively every single day for 30 minutes, I would play as many waves as I could till I died, and then I'd play it again the next day. So every single fucking day I played that fucking game because I fucking love that shit. So this Bloody Palace, which I think I did see it in Devil May Cry 4. I don't remember if it was in DMC, Devil May Cry, that fucking awful last name for that shitty ass game. But yeah, I'm cool with it being fucking, on the, again, April Fool's, I'm cool with the survival mode. I'm just hoping, again, increase the fucking enemy count. I want to fight a lot of fucking enemies on screen.
Jack, I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you played a survival game, or a survival mode in the game that you really enjoyed?
Survival mode? Honestly, I think it had to be a Call of Duty type game.
Really? I'm really shocked about that. I thought you would fucking hate those. Because it's literally... Call of Duty is usually the same shit no matter what anyways, but the survival mode really copies the same formula of doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again. Like, what, you're talking about like zombies, like for Black Ops? Or are you talking about survival for like Modern Warfare 3 or something?
You know what? I'm pretty sure it was zombies.
Zombies, yeah, and I love the zombies mode. The only issue I had with it is I felt like it was way too like with the first Black Ops games. They had the best zombie maps, but the only issue I had with it is that like you keep playing and then nothing happens. It just gets harder, and it's like okay, now I'm just kind of like trying my hardest to prevent the inevitable. What's the point? You know what I mean? Like it would have been cool if I get like a certain special thing from it, blah blah. Blah that
No,
kind of
I'm
stuff.
cool with that shit because I love Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2 showed me that I'll have a horde mode no matter how bad I think the fucking game is. I play that horde mode nonstop. Like there's like 50 fucking waves, and every 10 waves it kind of resets, but it gets a little bit harder. And I think we got to like fucking 40 once. It was intense because they have more enemies. It's more powerful. It's fucking awesome. But then you have something like fucking Destiny, not Destiny, Battlefront. And I'm like. Not only is the waves like 5 fucking waves, you never send more than 10 fucking people, and it's so fucking easy. Like, I don't think there's even a problem doing that shit solo. Whereas Battlefront 2, you get to customize your hard mode. You get to I put 300 enemies on screen because I'm a crazy person. I had a great fucking time with it. 'Cause I could just set it however the fuck I
play
want.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, no shit.
No, because Dynasty Warriors is a fucking is like the you want to describe
Don't
the
you
gameplay
start
of Dynasty
talking shit
Warriors?
about Dynasty
Go to a
Warriors.
chalkboard and start erasing the fucking chalkboard because that's the gameplay. You just slice to the left and you wipe out 1,000 people like you're cleaning up the fucking trash.
Oh yeah, that's what you described wanting to do.
No, it's not because when you play Battlefront, you're shooting people and you're actually shooting individual people and getting shot at. It's really fucking difficult. Unlike any fucking Dynasty Warrior games, which is super fucking easy. I think I tried to play Dynasty Warriors 7 because it was a demo at fucking GameStop, and I actively was like, wow, this is way too easy. Let me try dying. I just tried to die. And as soon as you get close to dying, you get super powered and your health goes back up. I'm like, no, I'm trying to die right now.
Why were you trying to die to like the regular ass enemies? Because that's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. Like that's
Yeah, that's
never
the
gonna
point.
happen.
It's
That's
never
too
gonna
weak. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta fight the stronger dudes. Like they'll
So
take
what
like
the- again,
fight
everyone else
woo-woo.
is cannon fodder. It's some fucking bullshit. Go play Shadow of Mordor. It's a much better fucking game that has just as many enemies as a fucking whatever game, and the actual enemies fucking matter. It actually hurts you. Like
I never
fuck
thought your
Kingdom Hearts.
opinions could be so. I
Oh,
can't.
that Kingdom
Your
Hearts is
shit's
great
so
dinosaur.
questionable. Your shit's
You've
so-
never played a Dynasty Warriors game.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, I have. I have
have?
all the
Really?
first 4. You jackwagon.
I did not think you ever played a Dynasty Warriors
I fucking
game.
love Dynasty Warriors.
Why?
God, why you gotta be so fucking wrong all the time?
I think you're just fucking with me.
No, I'm not. I swear to God. That's why I bring this up to you a lot, actually. Like, and you don't listen. You don't even love
You
me.
don't listen to me half the fucking time. You still think I hate Zack Snyder.
No. When was the last time I said that? Like a year
Mhm.
ago? Jackass.
Last time we talked about Zack Snyder.
I'm just saying, and Ganja, I was gonna say Gary, but Ganja in the chat, he's saying, yeah, 5 15 Randalls and 2 guys with heavy equipment. That's the thing though, like, you know,
Yeah,
you,
that's
you didn't like
fine.
it. You didn't like it, and you didn't get far. When you get far, I'm telling you, like, dude, you're like complaining about tutorial type shit. Like, of course you're gonna fucking beat everybody. If you gotta play the fucking game, dude.
No, because the closest the Dynasty Warriors games I played was Hyrule Warriors, which is made by the same fucking guys. So you can't sit there and be like, oh, it's a completely different game. It's the same kind of idea. But with that situation, I only picked it up because of the Zelda aesthetic. But it has the same fucking problem of I don't like the fact that when I swing my sword, I kill 50 fucking people. That's fucking ridiculous to me. I want something where it's like, again, when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey and there's 20 people on fucking screen and I get to fight them. I get to block and parry and dodge.
I mean, like
Or-
you do get like the cannon fodder people do get stronger as you like go on though.
But it's still cannon fodder. Like, again, playing Devil May Cry, where it's like as many people as there are on screen, each one of them feels like an entity. Each one of them feels like they're going to hurt me. They can fuck me up. They can kill me. Even if they're low-level enemies. They feel like individual people. They don't feel like there's this mob of fucking ants around me. You know?
Yeah, I see your point, but at the same time, the game is. You need to play it. Like, I know it sounds like rude the way I'm saying, like, you need to play it.
I
Like, obviously
agree
play
with
it.
you. I'm currently holding Dynasty Warriors 8 here. I'm going to play it at some fucking point. When I have time.
Wait, you've been talking shit and you bought the new game?
That's not the new game. The new game is 9. This 8 came out. This is Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires because it's, by the way,
How much does
Dynasty
that
Warriors,
cost?
the most popular franchise you've never fucking heard of. This one was like $10, and I think it came out like 3 years ago.
Okay. $10
Like-
isn't that big deal. I
Yeah,
will say,
like-
though, when we had the argument, like, when I bring up Cuphead and how much it costs and they get fucking mad, you're not allowed to fucking argue that anymore because
What are
you
you talking
just
about?
said
I
you
never
don't like
argued
Dynasty
about the
Warriors.
price.
You usually do. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter how much it fucking costs. It just
It
matters with
doesn't.
the gameplay. Sometimes it does. Sometimes
No,
it
it doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not. Like, honestly, for me personally, it does not matter if a game is fucking free or if a game costs $60. I'm going to judge it the same fucking way. A Blacklight Retribution. I fucking hate that game. That game is a laggy piece of garbage. That game barely fucking works, and the shooting sucks. It's fucking free. I didn't have to pay anything, but I had a horrible experience with it.
You get what you pay for sometimes when it comes to this stuff. And hey
Not
there,
really,
Ally
because there's a
Manzor.
lot of other free games that run pretty fucking well. That game doesn't.
I mean, like, I disagree. I agree to disagree with you, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But I will say that, luckily with this fucking thing, the Bloody Palace is going to be fucking free. I'm happy as shit. I cannot fucking wait. And by the way, you know what's kind of weird about this guy being in the chat right now? Ali Manzori is like, we have Ali, then we have you, which your real name is Ali, then another Ali, and I think we have another Ali that watches us on fucking Facebook. So it's like, yo, Pete, stop naming your kids Ali, male or female. Just stop. Too many of them. Anyways.
Yeah, tell that to Arabs. That's like, actually, that's not that common of a name.
I don't know. But here's the thing, though, man. Moving on from this, I really do want to talk about this before we continue on. Actually, before we leave, because we are going to get the fuck out of here soon. But Bethesda, you, me, and Ganja have this big-ass fight all the time about E3 press conferences and the whole thing. I'm not going to even talk about that mostly. It's just like we all have different ideas about this. But I will say, man, I don't know what's up with my fucking throat today. I don't know what's going on. But
No, you use it too much.
that just sounds weird. Anyways, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Goes in tight.
I literally, my fucking throat's fucked up. I'm like dying as I'm talking. What the fuck's happening over here, dude? Anyways, Bethesda, E3 2019, it's going to have their fucking press conference on June 9th. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. I'm a little bit hyped for it, but at the same time, I think that right now, I don't think anyone wants to hear about Fallout. I don't think anybody wants to hear about most of the shit they're doing, except for Elder Scrolls. Even Doom Eternal, people were hyped up about that trailer. That trailer looks like the same fucking thing we already played in fucking 2016 or whatever. So I'm gonna ask you, man, is there anything that you're looking forward to from Bethesda, and what do you think they need to do to kind of come back from their pretty shitty year? Because 2018 was not good for them.
I refuse to watch another Bethesda press conference. They've gotten worse every fucking year. Like the fucking first year they came out and they announced Fallout 4, that was a high-pass press conference. They knew exactly what to do. They knew exactly how to pace it. They added a bunch of cool shit too. You're here for Fallout 4, right? Well, by the way, we also got fucking. I think they announced Wolfenstein 2 and Prey. Those games are gonna be out. Those games, Prey didn't come out this year, but Wolfenstein 2, hey, that game's coming out soon. We got fucking Prey. We got Quake for all the people that love Quake. Like they had bangers. They had every fucking thing you cared about. Then the next year, it's like, we got nothing. But they had a press conference anyway. Then the next year, it's like, okay, you know what else we got? Less than nothing. We're gonna spend 5 minutes ad-libbing at the start of the press conference, have a garbage rock concert, and then like have these two guys barely ad-lib as we fuck up the live presentation because we can't get the trailer ready. Have a trailer that kind of reminds me of Bulletstorm versus any other fucking game, and just go on with a bunch of garbage for the entire fucking runtime. It was the worst press conference that fucking year, and EA's always there. Like, they are awful at their fucking press conferences. They don't know what the fuck they're fucking doing.
Yeah,
the thing is,
the biggest thing too is that one guy, the main dude, was literally costing their whole company money because he would keep cussing during the fucking presentation. He's like, yo, hey, fucking this, fucking that, shit, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
And every time he says that, I don't know if you know this, but every time he says an obscenity like that, it's like $150,000 or some shit. And it's like, I think he ranked up to around $2 million just to be that cool guy to fucking cuss on the stage because he still thinks that that's fucking like, I don't know, like, ooh, I'm being a bad boy. Like, show us some
I'll
shit.
take it over the fucking person that walks on stage. Well, I, as a gamer, represent games. Man, fuck you. You're so fucking fake. Like, I'll take someone that's at least somewhat trying to be real a little bit. But again, at this point, honestly, like, I don't want to do any more press conferences. I refuse to watch this fucking one. Like, I'll always watch Ubisoft when Ubisoft massively disappointed me last year because they had really nothing either. I'm curious to see what they have this year. I'm curious what they're going to do with Beyond Good and Evil. I'm curious if they're going to have anything new IPs. I'm curious what they're going to do with Siege, and maybe if they're going to release something big for Assassin's Creed. Because I'm curious, are they going to announce the next one, or are they going to announce more whatevers? EA's, whatever the fuck they're doing, I'm curious as hell just to see whether or not they're going to do anything cool. I want to see what Stan's going to do. I'm curious about every fucking other person's but Bethesda, because honestly, I don't give a fuck what they're fucking releasing this year.
Yeah, and it sucks that you feel that way. I see why you would feel that way, but I'm going to ask you, Jet, really quick. When it comes to press conferences, other than Nintendo Direct, do you care about any company that do these press conferences?
Do I? I mean, honestly, I thought you were going to ask me, like, if I was looking forward to Bethesda, and I was going to be like, how dare you ask me that?
Oh, no, I know. I already know already.
dare you?
Um, but besides Nintendo, Sony's press conference usually, because honestly, they usually give off this like big presentation. Shit, you're always wondering what the fuck they're gonna do next.
Mm-hmm.
Even though last year seemed like a bit too much, and like the intermissions between them was annoying as fuck for only like what 5 games I think it was.
Yeah. And that, yeah, I only remember myself because the thing is too is even as I'm looking down at this, their big advertising of everything is like, yeah, we got 3 games, and then a bunch of ports to shit and a bunch of Nintendo Switch this and Nintendo Switch that, and I'm like, yeah, do they even go past like 4 or 5 games? Like, I don't know.
They often do a bunch. They have to do a bunch of big titles, and then they'll do a bunch of ports because they're like, hey, because again, not every single person has a PS4 or buys a lot of games. So like, oh hey, you didn't play Hollow Knight, you didn't play Overcooked. Well, we're having it on the Switch, a system you probably
See,
already own. So
the
they'll have that branch, and then they'll have the releases. So it's like there's a lot to always break down in there, but there's
the
also a lot
one
of games
thing.
that just we're talking about,
Yeah, because the one thing that I will say, like, even though you said that, and the reason why I was trying to interrupt is just like to go right after you said this one particular thing of like, well, some people don't have a PS4, some people don't have this, and I'm like, well, most people have phones, like, and most people have zero money. Fallout Shelter is fucking $0, it's free, and y'all were like, oh guys, we got a big announcement for you, Fallout Shelter, same game on PS4. I'm like, oh fuck you.
Well, again, if they're like me and they hate playing games on their fucking phone, I'm never gonna play Fallout Shelter because I don't give a fuck about the game. I'm never gonna play it on my fucking phone because I don't fucking like phone games. Phone games are awful. Even
Yeah.
the ones that are ports of other fucking systems. Like I was trying to play fucking San Andreas, I'm like that runs pretty well, but like I fucking hate the controls for phone games. So playing anything more than something that requires you like basically RTS Lite, where you just click things and watch things happen, and then just turn your fucking phone off for like an hour because you gotta wait for some fucking bullshit to hatch. It's like that's really the only games that really run well. So it's like, yeah, I don't blame people. It's like the fuck, I don't want to play on my fucking phone. I want to play on my fucking console.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from, why you would rather have that, but it's just like for me, it was like the climax of their whole presentation of like, and Fallout Shelter. And I'm like, that's like going to a fucking fancy restaurant. I was like, and guys, you're not gonna believe this. Today only, water. Like, fuck you. You're a
Hey man, if
restaurant.
you're starving in the desert,
I guess. Yeah, I guess it depends. I'm starving for fucking Bethesda shit that actually interests me because I don't give a fuck about Elder Scrolls at all. Maybe I was thinking like, okay, what if they do like another Wolfenstein thing, which they did talk about something that's, I guess, about Wolfenstein Youngblood. I guess that's some
that never comes out.
Yeah, well, I mean, New Colossus just came out, so I'll give it some time. I won't complain yet.
I want to
But
know
like,
Wolfenstein. Damn it.
but I don't know, man. It's weird, but it's gonna be June 9th. We're definitely gonna be fucking watching it. We're probably gonna
No, we're not.
Oh, you're so joining us for that shit. You're
You
definitely watching it.
no
Fuck
no.
you.
I have a buddy of mine who lives in Britain, so it's like 4 hours ahead from me. And every time the Bethesda press conference comes on, it's like 2 in the morning for him. And I guilted him 2 years in a row to watch it, and it's always been the worst one. So at this point, I'm not even gonna fucking watch it.
All right. Well, here's the thing. This is the last thing we're gonna talk about, and I meant to talk about this before, like last week, but we'll just do something really quick on this because you, for some reason, do not like the Borderlands series. I do not know why you don't like the Borderlands
Fucking
series.
suck.
I
Alan.
more than that. Can you give me
Alan.
more than that?
Okay,
Alan.
okay, let's go with Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1 has 2 mission types, and even if you get past the fact that they're basically the same mission, the game story itself is just fucking boring as fuck, and the shooting is boring as
Alan.
fuck. Then when you actually get to where you try to figure out what the actual fuck is going on, the story just makes up stuff as it needs to, and the ending you just fight a giant boss, and then that's kind of it. Borderlands 2 thinks it's it's a Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It thinks it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. So everything's a joke, everything's a reference, everything's like, oh look how funny we are. Hey Claptrap, he's so annoying, right? Look how annoying his stupid thing. Oh, we're gonna keep him next to you, even though he's fucking annoying as shit. And oh, look how cool the fucking old people were from the last game. They're all superheroes, right? No, they're just a bunch of fucking losers. Oh, handsome Jack, look how cool he is. No, he's just a fucking guy who just talks on your phone the entire fucking time. I wish I could mute his ass. Why the fuck am I listening to him? Your main
Alan.
character never fucking talks,
Alan.
so it's not like it matters what the fuck's going on.
Alan.
Shut
Alan.
the fuck up, I ain't done.
Alan. Alan.
Once you play with fucking more than 2 people, it becomes so technicolor on screen. You're just watching fucking who's the guy who directed Baby Driver throwing up on fucking screen. Like, it's just a bunch of technicolor fucking mess. And then the end of the game is not any better than the end of the game of the last one. You fight a giant monster, then nothing fucking happens. Like,
Alan.
this game is bullshit. I don't even
Alan.
fucking play the pre-sequel because I'm not gonna play another fucking Borderlands game.
Alan.
What?
Alan. Look at me.
No.
Bitch.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Go play that trash ass game. Go play that rejected Fallout game.
I did.
Okay.
I beat it like 8 times.
Yeah, I don't get beat it once. I said fuck this shit never again.
Oh man, that's it. I see everything you said. By the way, I understand where you're coming from. It's just a difference of you know whether or not you like certain things like that. I think that Handsome Jack, honestly, with him talking to you throughout the entire fucking game, that's something that reminds me of shit like other villains, like fucking. I mean, he's not as good as this, but like Nemesis. Yeah, it's the same thing. He walks through a fucking hallway. He comes at you. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's freaking out about Mr. X right now with Resident Evil 2. Fucking, there's so many characters like that. They keep doing the same thing, and it's like, okay, whatever. It's annoying. I can't stand hearing this motherfucker. I can't stand when people call me on Metal Gear Solid, the codec thing, and I keep hearing the same fucking voice on there. But it's like, that's what makes people remember these characters. Handsome Jack is one of the most known video game villains. I didn't even play Borderlands 2 for the longest time. And everyone, I still knew who Handsome Jack was. Like, you know what I mean? I just, and when you play the game and you see how and I honestly feel like you got so into a certain, because you're Birdman, and he does some shit in the game that I know for sure you got pissed off about. And
yeah, fuck yeah, but I was hating the game prior to that.
But you're such an emotional guy.
No, it was very emotional, and it pissed me the fuck off, mostly because my friend was fucking with me. Because, like, I see this shit all the time. Like, yeah, animals, it pisses me off when animals die in fucking movies. But it was just, like, it wasn't even necessarily a bad, like, oh, they just did it to glorify it. It was fine. It was well set up. It's just, I think it was a lot of stuff. It was just so much talk. It wasn't even good talk. It was just him, like, it's like fucking watching a lazy stand-up comedian. That's what the villain felt like. It wasn't like Voss in fucking Far Cry, where when he's talking to you, it's uncomfortable because how unstable he is, because he goes from just having a great conversation to just screaming, and not even in a way of, oh, look how crazy I am. It's like, this guy is clearly unstable. Especially, like, one of my favorite scenes is when he's lighting you on fire and he's just having a casual conversation and then just screaming his fucking head off. Like, this guy, you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do at any time. Angry Jack is just gonna call you up eating fucking chips saying, hey, how's your day? Like, fuck you, man.
Oh yeah, he's not supposed to be like, oh, so menacing or whatever. He's supposed to be like,
not menacing at all.
He's supposed to be like annoying as shit. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, you didn't die? Okay, I'm gonna annoy you this whole fucking trip. Like, you're not gonna do shit to me.
It's fucking annoying. I don't want, like, he's not threatening.
Then he did his job.
In any way. He's not interesting in any way. I don't want to hear his voice. Not even sense of, like, if they're trying to nail the most annoying person in the world, then put a Valley Girl on the fucking phone. Like, I don't need to fucking hear this shit. Like, it doesn't add to gameplay. It just fucking, like, I'm busy shooting this fucking stupid monster in the fucking face, this rejected fucking Fallout monster, while they fucking play in this empty-ass open fucking world. Like, fuck you.
In the empty world? Yeah, there's...
Yeah, that was mostly Borderlands 1, but yeah.
Okay, I'll agree with you on Borderlands 1, but the second one, man, what's up with my fucking voice?
And Nick's losing his voice. Everyone rejoice.
Oh, shit. Man, I can't continue.
Here, let me turn up your volume.
Talk about the garbage is Borderlands 1. There's an entire fucking mission. There's an entire fucking mission in which, hey, go find these fucking enemies while I rename them, and he just starts getting more and more pissed off. I'm like, I could not care less. This entire mission is because you're too lazy to come up with a name for these fucking monsters, and it amounts to nothing. It amounts to fucking nothing.
Well, it's silly. It's stupid as shit, but it's fun. Like, Borderlands is supposed to be fun. It's stupid.
It's fun if you're a pothead.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm a pothead because it's fun. And you talked about it like having like Guardians the 2 humor. Like this actually had funny parts. Guardians 2 had like 2. This actually has multiple parts in it that's actually good.
Nah, man. And the game thinks that every fucking person that plays it thinks that Mad Moxie is the most attractive woman in the fucking world, because the game will not stop telling you that over the course of the entire fucking game.
Which is the same thing when it comes to fucking all these other things too, like Mortal Kombat with some of the characters on there. Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, how often did they have fucking used tissues inside of a fucking porta potty in Mortal Kombat?
Hey Alan, how many times did I have to fucking have a dialogue of MJ from Marvel Spider-Man? I want to be important too, Peter. I'm a woman and I can do things.
Okay, well, again, how often did they have fucking used toilet paper next to a picture of her in a fucking secluded area? If there are situations where people are in the game jacking off to the fucking character, you might have a fucking point.
You were, pervert.
I fucking wasn't, because she's not that attractive.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that, so you were looking hard as fuck.
No, I fucking found it during the fucking game because it was fucking there.
Wow, for someone who didn't like the game, you sure were fucking like going around trying to find every little
fucking
thing.
I hate something? I have a fucking damn near eidetic memory if I fucking hate something.
So I guess you're saying you hate things harder. You hate things harder than me, as well as hate things more. So I guess Rufus is not
dude, you have the most eidetic memory. You'll remember random bits of dialogue.
Okay, now I have good memory. Usually I don't, according to you. We just
I'm glad
started
your
the show
voice
off.
came back.
We started the show. Yeah, because I'm fucking mad. It's gonna go away in a minute. But I will say though, man, like, look, Borderlands. As far as gameplay, because we're talking about lots of characters, lots of stupid shit. And I agree with most of it. You know what I mean? It's just I had fun because I was in the mood to have fun, and you're the fun police, so obviously you're not gonna fucking have fun.
You're in that boat too. Don't think
No,
you're
I'm not.
Yeah, you fucking are.
But playing that though, man, like there was so many the loot thing for one. Like there's so many games that do the loot shit and it doesn't really work out too well. This, I felt like I didn't need to know much about the guns or whatever the fuck to know. Like, okay, you know what, this is gonna be better. I don't have to like. You don't end up like getting a new weapon and then being so fucking pissed off. And you know what I mean, like. It's just, I don't know, there's so many things about this game that take away those little things about other games that are just like it that make it so fucking annoying. Don't go away again, voice. You stay here. I'm not.
No, you
done.
do that because again, one of the other problems I have with the game is they advertise 70 quadrillion guns in the fucking game. Be sure to see if you collect them. Except you realize that the definition of difference in that fucking game is so negligible, it might as well not be there. You can get 2 identical assault rifles with identical fire rate, but this one's fire rate is 1 number higher. It's technically considered a different gun. No, it's fucking not.
No, but that happens in all games though. That happens like.
But they advertise it so hard as the number on there, but it's completely fucking useless. Like if you have a fire versus an electric gun, those are 2 different fucking weapons because those are 2 different fucking whatever the fucks, at least marginally fucking different. But this game just likes to advertise it with every fucking game that it fucking does. There's just so much in this game that's just it's up its own ass.
Okay,
that's
so
my biggest problem with this game. It's up its own ass.
With Anthem, really quick before we move on, Anthem. On top of the looting shit, whatever the fuck the case may be with that, there's also this point of like after you're done with the mission, right before you go into an expedition, you had to do this whole thing where you get the items from one gun, sell that gun, and then use those particular things that you got from selling it to the next level of that gun. So the guns have their own leveling system. They are the same gun, but they are different. Like they are an evolution of the thing before it. So it makes you want to continue learning more about the gun. It makes you continue to use that to have some kind of loyalty with that particular weaponry because you will be upgrading it. This happens with a lot of games, lots of melee games. I think it happens with Dark Souls or Bloodborne or whatever the fuck. But like with Anthem, you do like that system, correct?
It's the Anthem system of you just upgrading your fucking weapons or whatever the fuck. That's a system that's just in a lot of other fucking games. With Borderlands, it's just like, yeah, it's the RPG system of pick up a random gun that's or a weapon that's slightly better than your other fucking gun. That's not my fucking problem. My problem is the first 2 games that I fucking played as part of their fucking advertisement was, yo, check out how many billions of fucking guns we have. It's like, no. Like, do what every other fucking game does and say, yeah, we have 5 different gun types and we have a lot of different variations of the 5 different fucking gun types, like most other fucking games do. This game is it's so up its own ass. It thinks it's the coolest fucking person in the fucking world. Fuck Borderlands. Fuck Gearbox, by the way. A lot of my hatred for Borderlands is Gearbox.
You're sounding like that nerdy kid who got mad. He got rejected from the cool kids table, and
Yeah.
that cool kids table includes Borderlands.
No, fuck no. Gearbox is an awful fucking company. Their fucking CEO is a fucking liar and is right now indicted on charges. He is on charge. He is being arrested for charges as we speak. Look it up.
All I will say is that March 28th.
He's almost gonna go to jail for child porn on his laptop.
All I will say, oh damn, I didn't know about that. Holy shit.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. He's fucking saying it's someone else's bullshit, but like he's in trouble right now.
Good
And
Lord.
this is the same company that made the Aliens Colonial Marines by taking money from Sega to then actually make Borderlands. So your beloved Borderlands caused so many other games to get fucked up and so many people to lose their fucking jobs. So fuck Borderlands.
Let's be honest here. Like almost every fucking game company is absolute garbage and has like pretty shitty practices.
Gearbox is up there, man. I have a personal vendetta against them.
Pretty much all up there. There's no low point in these fucking companies anymore.
I like how you like we're so gonna be ending soon because I gotta go to work.
I'll fight everybody. I don't give a shit.
But the thing is, I will say I just love the idea of the fact that it's like at the end of all this, how everyone's disagreeing with you, but it is what it is. You had to pull out that fucking thing, like, and by the way, child molester.
Hey, I didn't make that up, man. I did not make that up. That is a real thing. You can look it up.
You should have just started off with that. It would just fuck, man.
No, that's like the endpoint. Everyone's, oh man, he has nothing left. He has nothing left. Oh wait, there's more.
But yeah, well, thanks, Hollow Man, because he's talking about he thinks he's going to jail for.
Oh yeah,
stealing
he also
that thing.
embezzled money, by the way. I forgot about that.
Good lord. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of shit. Like, Jet, we're gonna lose our fucking point. He's gonna win. He's been talking a lot. He's been trying to make it where he's gonna fucking win.
I mean,
I don't want to lose.
that's like a couple people doing it. Like, there's many people who worked on that goddamn game. Like, I'm not gonna stop liking Borderlands only because of that shit. Like, that dude who did that, complete piece of shit. But like, how many other game companies have totally, completely awful pieces of shit?
Yeah, no, that's
that
true.
do terrible things. Like, it happens. That doesn't mean like I'm gonna like Borderlands any less.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things where, hey, I already enjoyed the content, so knowing someone's a sack of shit is not going to change that. But then it's like, okay, fuck, I was hyped about this, Alan, but now I don't know anymore.
Well, yeah, we didn't even talk about the fact that Borderlands 3 might be coming out.
Yeah, because you go on these fucking rants, but it's okay.
I
started
the game.
I started it, I'm sorry. And plus I couldn't talk because my fucking voice is fucked up. But it's
So
happening
anyway,
March
I'm going to
28th.
be playing Borderlands 3.
Me too. It's going to be fucking awesome. March 28th, we're going to be figuring out, like, what's going to be, because who knows? I mean, they're saying they're teasing it.
Is that what PAX is this year?
Yeah, PAX East is going to be on the 28th of March. And then what's going to happen, too, is, like, once they show this, they might actually show some gameplay. Just, you know, not just for Trentworth or whatever the case may be, but I've always been wanting to play some more Borderlands 2. I'm not even playing Borderlands 1 because it is kind of boring, just like Alan said. But, Jed, if you would like to, I would love to fucking play with you Borderlands 2. And, honestly, Gearbox in general, I would like to see what else they've done. I don't know a whole lot from Gearbox. So, yeah, I would love to try out some of the other shit that they do. I know he's fucking angry and everything, and that's cool. You know,
yeah, because they'll never make the only other game I ever enjoyed by them, the fucking Brothers in Arms. They're never gonna fucking make a sequel to that because they killed
yeah,
the
you can forget about that and play some Borderlands.
Fuck that! I want to play a good game.
Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway is a great fucking game, and I don't hear anything about it.
What is that?
Again, this is back when World War II were all over the place, but it was a World War II shooter.
It's a World War II shooter, so you want that instead of something like
I want a
Borderlands.
sequel to that, because that was one of the good ones.
World War II shooter.
There were 15 different franchises, but only 3 that fucking mattered. It was Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, and Brothers in Arms. Those are the only ones that fucking mattered. Everyone else...
It's dead, Alan. It's dead.
Yeah, because Gearbox is terrible. They're gonna make a sequel.
Play some Call of Duty.
They were gonna make a sequel that had 4 people
Borderlands.
but they just said they scrapped it and fucking made it into fucking Borderlands. Fuck Gearbox, man. I hope they fucking go bankrupt.
Oh, you motherfucker! You've been giving me shit for Treyarch when I said that shit about Treyarch.
Okay, but I stopped at bankrupt. You said I also don't want them to get jobs.
Not jobs in the industry. They can go work at Walmart. I don't mind that. They need lines.
Hey, the people that work at Gearbox, they can go do their own fucking thing. I don't give a shit where they work. I just don't want Gearbox to exist anymore.
Oh my god! And by the way, yeah, like I normally do not agree with Julian, especially with games. That's actually one of our first fights is fucking Ghost Simulator.
But yeah, we forget about Battleborn.
Fuck you. No, but he's talking about Brothers in Arms.
We forget about Battleborn.
I ain't hear what the fuck you said. What are you saying? Battleborn what?
Yeah, exactly. What is Battleborn? Battleborn was their Overwatch. Was supposed to be their Overwatch competition that got fucked and died.
Yeah, welcome to money. That's the argument we had earlier about the Stadia. It's the fact that when you have money, you can beat other people out of their fucking thing. Battleborn came out first, dude. Overwatch.
And it wasn't even good. It wasn't even good on its own merits.
It does,
and
no,
also, I like to add that I like how Borderlands was a better game than the Mad Max game, even though Borderlands seems like it got its inspiration from Mad Max.
Yeah. It did. It got almost everything except for the crazy fucking weapons. It's oh my god. It's. I like it. I again the Mad Max game I feel is very underrated. I'm not gonna die on the fucking Mad Max hill, but yeah, no, Mad Max, like again, a lot of the psychos and a lot of the stuff they got from the Mad Max game, the Mad Max movies.
Well, I had to go to work, but this was fucking fun. I love doing a random show like this. We might be doing this more often. Who knows? When shit's actually a big topic, whatever, we'll fucking do that. But yeah, there'll be another Necessary Gaming show on Thursday. That's where we're going to be doing probably some gameplay. You're going to be doing your review for Devil May Cry 5. Because you finally beat it. You're playing that shit all fucking night last night, apparently. I'm surprised because we stopped playing Anthem like at 11 o'clock my time, so holy shit.
The devil may cry, but can the devil cry?
No, you're fucked up.
Yeah,
you almost had it. You almost had something.
I was trying to drink this Coca-Cola at the same time I fucking talked.
That's the first time she fucked up on the show. I'm loving it. Yes, I'm writing this date down, miss. I'm doing it. Anyway, Dummy may cry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Julian fucking made me laugh. I love puns. Dummy may cry. Anyways, we're gonna fucking. Oh, Alan, don't start shit with him now. God damn it.
Watch me.
We're getting the fuck out of here. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everyone actually spending time.
I fuck up brought to you by Coca-Cola Cherry, by the way.
Yeah, you fucked up by even drinking it. You should have been drinking some.
Yeah, the worst flavor.
No, not the
I
worst
didn't
flavor.
have Pepsi at the time, so I had to go with the next best thing.
Yeah, she didn't have doo-doo, so she went with shit. What the fuck? Like, really? Really, Pepsi? That was an option?
No, Coca-Cola was.
Oh my goodness
Is Pepsi
gracious.
okay?
No, we're getting
No,
the fuck out of
no,
here.
it's
Well,
not okay. And I hate that you even asked that.
Oh,
It's never
Lord.
okay. Pepsi is never fucking okay.
We're out of here. Thank you.
God
so
damn
much.
it.
I cannot believe this. I just
Fucking
cannot believe
crackhead.
this. Yeah, Berman was trolling Raheem. He
No, I wasn't. Fuck
absolutely
Borderlands. I stand by
Can
that.
you spell his fucking name right? It's not Raheem.
No.
It's not Raheem. It's Raheem.
I don't give a fuck.
Good lord. Thank you guys
First
for
he hates
watching.
Borderlands, and now he's fucking up people's names. Will this man ever stop?
God, just always losing. Yes, eat
Finish
Pepsi,
the sentence
Babe
first,
Ocean.
Jet, then maybe.
Thank you so much. Oh, and then Babe Ocean, Dream Daddy. Yes, that's about Alan.
Dream Daddy.